a massive update regarding an all-pro defensive end and a potential trade from Las Vegas to Chicago. We are monitoring a move that would redefine a defense. Subscribe and like for the full breakdown.
There has been a significant amount of chatter surrounding Las Vegas Raiders defensive end Maxx Crosby and a potential trade to the Chicago Bears, and now the all-pro pass rusher has officially addressed the speculation. In the world of NFL insiders, when a player of Crosby's caliber speaks on trade rumors, you have to listen carefully to the nuance of what is being said versus what is being left unsaid. Crosby, known for his relentless motor and loyalty to the Raiders organization, acknowledged the noise linking him to Chicago, but reiterated his current commitment to Las Vegas. However, he did not outright dismiss the possibility of a move down the line, acknowledging that the NFL is, first and foremost, a business. This is a critical distinction. Usually, if a player is untouchable, the shutdown of rumors is immediate and absolute from both the player and the franchise. The fact that this conversation is lingering suggests that front offices around the league are monitoring the situation in Las Vegas closely. From the Chicago Bears' perspective, the interest is logical and rooted in a clear strategic need. General Manager Ryan Poles has been aggressive in building the defensive line, most notably with the acquisition of Montez Sweat. However, the internal evaluation at Halas Hall has consistently pointed to the need for a premier edge rusher to bookend Sweat. When you look at the production, Maxx Crosby is arguably the most disruptive defensive end in football. We are talking about a player who consistently logs over 90% of defensive snaps, a rarity for defensive linemen, and has posted double-digit sack seasons with regularity. His ability to defend the run is just as elite as his pass rushing capability. The context here involves the Raiders' current trajectory. If Las Vegas enters a full rebuild, retaining a prime asset like Crosby becomes a debate of timeline versus capital. The Bears, meanwhile, are transitioning from a rebuild to a contention window, making them one of the few teams with both the cap space and the draft capital to entertain a trade of this magnitude. When we analyze the implications of a potential trade for Maxx Crosby, we are looking at a move that would fundamentally alter the hierarchy of the NFC North. Pairing Crosby with Montez Sweat would give Chicago arguably the most lethal pass-rushing duo in the National Football League. From a schematic standpoint, Crosby is the prototype for head coach Matt Eberflus's defense. He embodies the HITS principle: hustle, intensity, the ball, and smart situational play, better than perhaps any other defensive player currently active. The impact on the locker room would be immediate. Crosby is a culture setter whose work ethic is infectious. However, the cost of doing business here is the primary hurdle. Acquiring a player of this stature would likely require a package similar to the Khalil Mack trade years ago. Expect a conversation starting with a first-round pick and likely additional Day 2 capital. Ryan Poles has shown he values draft picks, but he also values proven blue-chip talent. Financially, the Bears have managed their cap specifically to accommodate moves like this. While Crosby carries a significant salary, the rising cap ceiling allows Chicago to absorb his contract without crippling their future flexibility, especially with a quarterback on a rookie deal. My verdict on this situation is that while obstacles remain, the fit is too perfect to ignore. If the Raiders stumble and decide to pivot, Chicago is the most logical landing spot. This is the type of all-in move that signals a franchise is ready to compete for a Super Bowl immediately, not 3 years from now. It shifts the pressure squarely onto the front office to maximize the current roster window. How do you view this potential blockbuster? Is Maxx Crosby the final piece of the puzzle for this defense, or is the price in draft capital too high? I want to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for continuous updates as we track this developing story and all the latest movements from inside the league.